welcome back. Right now, we have a 350 cubic inch GM basket case. As you can see, I got parts everywhere. The bottom end was done, I don't know, he said some time ago, but now he wants head gaskets and up, and then put it all back together. Let's go. Okay, we got it all torn apart. Check this out. Yeah. Don't worry about that one. I was just cleaning that one up. And I was kind of cleaning that one up. But it is nasty. The lifters were fun to get out. So we're definitely going to see about getting a new set of lifters. Yeah. Oh, GM 5.7. What is that casting number? Yep. Yeah. These heads, we definitely got to get these heads out. So I've already called them. So they're on their way to pick them up. And then, yeah. Yeah. I probably won't see these heads until probably Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe. So I'll find something else to get myself into trouble with. Alright guys, well yesterday I got the heads back and totally forgot about showing you what they came out to be. And well, I had them surfaced. They're not warped. They didn't take off very much. I think they only said they took about 100,000. No, I could be wrong. I gotta look back on it or ask them live before I... Anyways, they didn't have to shave too much off, which was awesome. I don't remember the number they did. They didn't clean it for me. They just resurfaced just that part of the head. Right now, what I'm doing is, see here, hold on. What I wanted to show you is what I normally do on some of these heads to get a little bit more flow out of them. But this customer, he doesn't want that done. He just wants it put back together, stock. But I wanted to show you guys. So see this part here? See how the gasket lines up to it? That's not ideal if you are trying to look for horsepower. If you want to stay stock, that's fine. So what I normally do is I'll come across here and I'll clean, see how that's starting to put a mark there. Let's see if I can get it completely all the way done around. And then I'll show you. A little bit there. Alright, let's remove that. Alright, so now you'll see what's there on here. I will grind that all out so that the exhaust can flow out faster. Now, when I go to line it up with the exhaust manifold, if I had the exhaust manifolds, I don't have them here, so I'm probably going to tape this all up so it doesn't get any rust on it. But anyways, I'm going to, if the exhaust manifold was smaller and it did the same thing as if the exhaust manifold is bigger than this, I'm probably going to leave it alone. But if it's not, I would grind it out to make it match. So the heads and that will match, and it's a perfect match. But I wanted to show you something cool. Not all heads, all the heads I've worked on, I've always had it. And this is how I can tell what year it is. Not all of them have it, because I don't know what it is. I think people etch them out or something, but it's rare, and if you pay attention, you'll see it. Not everybody sees this. But if you get close enough, you can see when these heads were manufactured. 10/25/26. Oh, wait, 26? Did I say that wrong? 10/25/96. Now, the customer did supply me some spark plugs. I've never used them. I've never heard of them, and I'm assuming he just wants them tossed in there, so we're going to use those. I've never seen them, never heard of them, but we're going to put them in. We're missing something. There's an oil pump. I'll be right back. I gotta make some phone calls. There's no oil pump, so I can't seal this guy up without that oil pump. So I'm gonna make some phone calls and make sure he didn't have it dropped off already, or if he forgot to give it to me. So, see you in a bit. I forgive the noise. I'm trying to put some ventilation through here. I've been doing some cleaning. I made a mess, so I gotta get some cleaning, and all those chemicals are getting to my head. So, forgive that noise up there. Right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the lifters back in, put the rockers on, and then I'm gonna get everything adjusted. Then we're gonna crank it or turn it over. I'm gonna check and ready to go for any kind of compression check, leak down, all that good stuff. So keep an eye out. Now my lifters, I went ahead and soaked them in oil. Now this is just some Marvel Mystery Oil. I just spray it on so that the rust, because I'm cleaning the things up while I go, and they're slowly starting to. This is an iron block, so it's going to rust. I use it to spray it down, especially after I've cleaned it, the block. Iron will start to rust, and I don't want the rust there. So that's the only reason you see me spraying it from time to time. Remember when I said about I once took apart an engine and it had a broken dog bone? I went through the box and I found it. Look at that guy. It was clean broke. So I don't know whoever was in the engine before put it in there, but I did not find the other piece of that in that engine. It wasn't this one. Alright. Let's go. You know, these I soaked in oil too. Why? I don't know. I just did. Wrong. Let's go. Yeah. We're going to start with you. Let's see. You guys missed me preloading the lifters and the rockers. My phone ended up dying. It's plugged in now so I can finish this up. So that's all preloaded. I'm gonna spray it all down again. I'm gonna do the valve train as well. I don't want no rust. Right now, this thing, ever since I got it all cleaned up, it's just starting to rust really bad. Now, I don't want that happening, so we're gonna just spray it down with this. And then, once I get some oil pan and everything done, or I gotta put an oil pump on it. I got the oil pump, I just don't have the gasket, so we're gonna have to wait on that. And that's probably gonna be a tomorrow thing. Today I'm I think I can get away with putting the valve covers on. I don't remember if the intake manifold gets in the way of it. I hope not. Anyways, we're gonna see if I can. It shouldn't. Anyways, I'm gonna start working on the valve covers, get them seated up and all pretty. All pretty. All right, guys, it is 9:40. I did get a phone call. Somebody does need some help from me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to them, help them out. I'm going to stop on this for right now. So the only thing we got left to do is throw the valve covers on it, intake, and then I got to do the oil. Blah, 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 blah. I need to put the oil pump on it, and then I got to put the oil pan on, and then. Oh, I'm gonna reseal the intake. So these particular intakes, let me take you to it real quick. These intakes are a bit different. I don't know if anyone, where the hell did I put it? Oh, there it is. It's got a lot. So not only do you have the part that here is the lower section of it, you also have this upper one and a few things up and through there. So all that I got gaskets for. So I'm going to reseal all that and get this bad boy cleaned up and get it put on and make it. Why is it so glary? What the hell? My lens dirty? What's going on here? Oh, my lens was dirty. Ooh. Okay, anyways. It's probably what happens when you're trying to clean. But it is 9:40. I'm going to get out of here, shut everything down. That's down. And where's my keys? And I'll see you guys tomorrow, and then we'll finish that up and get it off. Oh, hey, how you doing up there? Don't mind the AC, or not the AC, the swamp cooler. I gotta get some fresh air. It's hot today. But anyways, I'm gonna start taking apart this intake manifold. It's got lower and upper. The gaskets here, and I'm gonna replace the gaskets on where they go. Replacing the gaskets before I put it on there. And the reason is I don't want to drop a bolt down inside here or make a mistake where this intake has to come off. And with these sausage fingers, I have a habit of dropping a bolt, and I don't want to, so I take my safety precautions. So let's get to it. So this one here, look at the back side of that. Look at the back side. Black. Front side. It's pretty clean. So when you take your car in for a throttle body fuel injection cleaning, make sure they're getting the back side. This is why you replace the gaskets. Look how thick. The blue one is the stock one that I just pulled out of there. Look at the orange one. The orange one's the new one I'm going to be putting in. That's pretty hefty. That's pretty hefty. You want to see some tiny injectors? Check these things out. Look at these tiny injectors. They're the little babies. The little babies. Pretty crazy. Alright, so I'm gonna bring you guys down somewhere a little bit better. kind of glad we're changing this one, because I mean the gasket looks fine, but there was oil getting through and going into the intake. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta get a bite to eat and something to drink. Be back. Alright. Well, I'm gonna work on this gasket while the intake. I cleaned up the intake, so we're gonna give it a second to dry off before I do anything. But somebody put gasket sealant, RTV, on these rubber gaskets on the intake. I want to let you know a little secret: you do not need to always put intake sealant or RTV on the intakes, especially if they're a rubber. If they're a rubber gasket, you don't really need to have RTV. If you got RTV, then you got a problem. However, they did put RTV here and across over here quite a bit. They got a little bit around over here too. Alright, check this out. This is the old one. Well, it's pretty hefty duty, but here's the new one. I don't know if this is a updated or aftermarket. I'm gonna go with aftermarket because this is from another company. But this one doesn't say nothing about being factory. But because there's metal plating here, I'm pretty sure it's factory. But I'm gonna double check and I'm gonna size them up and make sure they work. Looking good, looking good. Make sure, look at these intake manifolds come with a little nipple right there and right there. What you're gonna do, you're gonna come over here, you're gonna see a little bit of holes and a hole right there. You're gonna take that, pop that sucker right on there. Boom. Boom, they snap right in, and there it is, done skis. Alright, now that we got the intake gaskets where they are, we got a little bit of a bead going on right over here, a little sealed up. Now we're going to drop this bad unit, intake on top. Remember how I said I don't like doing it? That's exactly why. I gotta take this whole damn thing right back off. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of throw the valve covers on just so it holds it in place so I don't have that issue again. Remember, these valve covers only go on one way. So if it doesn't go on one, like right now, let's take a look. Let's see, does it pop on? Oh, it don't. So you gotta turn it around, slide her up in there, and boom, on. If you have fuel injection cleaning done and the back side of your throttle plate looks not this clean, then they didn't do a very good job. Then they didn't do their job. It needs to be that clean. Well, as Chopper Josh would say, she's a done chicken. So she's all done for the moment. I am going to call the customer and let them know that she's done. I didn't get the oil filter on there because I forgot I did not have the oil filter. But she is done. I mean, it looks okay with everything nice and cleaned up and painted, and I mean, it looks all right. Everything's sealed back up. Compression's looking goodish. Everything's looking pretty good. Now I just gotta let them know, and then I got some accessories that we got that they're gonna bring by later, probably in the next month or two. But no, erase all that. This one, it's done. She is done. Done chicken. Done turkey. Done turkey. Looking good. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. All right, well, that's going to end it for that 5.7 build. I know they probably want to do more to it later, but that's all they've asked me to do. And I'll see you again on the next project. As I sit here having to clean up my mess, I want to thank you all for watching the videos and all that good stuff. Motor by motor, Finish Line Factory. If you need any of your fittings, do not hesitate. Holler at me. I will get you a 25% discount on all the fittings and hoses that you might need. So get in touch with me. We also have a brand new sponsor, Doobie. They got energy drinks and water drinks of all kinds of flavors. Go check them out. I'll put their link, their website down in the description below, and I'm also putting it right across here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell for any notifications. Until the next time, definitely. I'll see you then.